Well, welcome. I am so glad you could show up today at this beautiful shop. As you can see behind me and by the intro, because that was cool, we have a 1952 Chevrolet. I believe it's a 3100. I believe it's a 1-ton truck, if I was told correctly, but not anymore. No, it's on airbags. It's got disc brakes on it. It's powered by an LS motor. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that in a minute. 5.7 liter. It's in primer gray. And this is the fun thing to me about this truck. It's always about the story. The owner has been working on this truck, if I recall, for the last 16 years. It may be longer, but 16 sticks in my mind for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe, you know, I had 16 times that I did a sit-up. I don't know, okay? I'm having trouble. Anyway, he's owned this truck a long time. It has been his vision. It's just some really cool touches on it. Yeah, runs and drives. It's great. So we've just got a few things just to help move it a little bit further towards the goal line. He's got a car show in about a week he wants to take it to, and just get a couple of little things kind of done on it that he doesn't have time to mess with right now. So that said, no time for coffee this morning. We got to get cracking on this truck because we ain't got time. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, come on in here with me. Again, super glad you're here. Let's cue the intro music. Yep. Okay, got the intro. We're gonna just kind of breeze through that intro. Sit tight, you know, while we do the little montage. And then we'll come in and kind of take a closer look at this truck and the list of things to do before we get started. And then we'll get started. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, first of all, I guess I should have introduced you, but this vehicle's name is Hoot. I didn't have to name it. It came with a name already, pre-programmed. So this is our list of kind of things that we're gonna look at. There's a window crank, we're gonna refasten that. Right rear airbag leak, we're gonna see if we can find what that is. We gotta hook up the reverse camera. It's got an aftermarket radio head unit. It's got a reverse camera. Right now you press a button for it to show the camera. We want it to show the camera when you put the vehicle in reverse. We're gonna do that. AC drain. It's got a vintage air unit in it. And of course it drains its little condensation out. And right now it's draining into a bucket hanging from the unit. So we're gonna, you know, do some drilling and run some hose. Some heat shield underneath, and then we're gonna look at a couple leaks. You might not have been able to tell there, but there was a slight interruption. I got distracted because I heard an engine running outside, and it was my parts guy. So I quick interrupted our conversation, one-sided, and got the parts in. So anyway, oh, the last thing on the list was check bed shims. So let's just walk over to the truck now and kind of talk about that a little bit. So if you notice, and I don't know if you do, but that side is just a tick lower. I don't know, it's like the bed maybe is a little tweaked. So I'm gonna just check how it shimmed underneath, see if we can straighten that out at all. There's that camera that I was telling you about. It's got some super great touches on it. These custom exhaust tips coming out of the side steps, I think is really great. He did put the Condigit door handles in here. He's thinking about swapping back, you know, just to have that classic look. But, you know, it's very custom. It goes with the truck. So really, you can't go wrong either way. What else? What else? Let's just walk around it. It's on airbags, as you can see. It's down on the ground. The bed is beautiful. I don't know if you noticed in the intro video, but one of those panels tilts up so you can get at the gas filler. It's so trick. I loved it. What a great fun feature. It's completely unnecessary and completely necessary at the same time. I mean, it's great. So let's look on the inside real quick. There's that bucket I was telling you about. So we're going to put a drain hose in to let the condensation drain out on the ground. There's this aftermarket head unit that we're going to wire in so the reverse, you know, does all of the things. Great color on the interior. I do love that. As you can see, the truck, it's a work in progress, but honestly, let's just be candid for a minute. All of our classic or custom hot rod vehicles are a work in progress. Every single one of them. They're just all at different stages, and there's no vehicle that comes into this shop that is 100% done. And I've seen some that are 100% done, and they're not even done. So all I'm saying is, for your vehicle or your dream vehicle, don't look for perfection. Don't think you're the only one whose vehicle isn't finished. Get out there and drive it. Drive it in primer. Drive it with incomplete interior. Drive it when it's not just perfect how you want it. Because seriously, that's why you have it. You need to enjoy it. So, yeah, let's throw this up on the lift. I haven't seen underneath the truck. I guess we haven't looked at the engine either. We should look at the engine, shouldn't we? I mean, it's where all the magic happens. And I don't remember what transmission he said it has in it. See, I'm trying to do this by memory. There we go. Oh, sorry. So, it's a 5.7 LS. Automatic transmission, again, don't remember which one it is. I believe it came from the same vehicle that the engine came from. So we've got the high-rise Holley EFI intake. Couple little features that I like about it is the AC compressor here. He's got the lines going right through underneath the intake, nice hidden away. It looks really good. We've got these custom, I would describe them as ram's horns intake on either side. You can see there's no room. I mean, he's got the radiator. We've got to use AN fittings, tuck it way down straight in front of the fan. It's tight. But, and it looks like we've got essentially exhaust manifolds instead of full headers, which allow more space, like it's tucking it in to the side. I'm just looking. I'm looking with you. I haven't really looked at it. So I always like to see how they handle the steering duties. Because you don't have massive header tubes, you know, octopusing out, you can run your steering column right next to the motor. So we're going to be putting some heat shielding, try to keep more heat coming in the cab. There is some Dynamat under the carpet, and we're going to supplement that with something probably under the truck. So might be a power steering leak, might be a transmission leak. We're going to kind of look at those and see if we do anything. So anyway, let's stand back and just admire for a minute. Okay, it's time to work. Let me raise it up in the air and see what's under it. Well, what do you think about that? It's just as pretty under here as it is up on top. I love it. You can see the airbags. Actually, while we're talking about them, this one is inflated. This one is deflated. And this is the one that's leaking down. So maybe we can figure out what's leaking on that, if it is leaking, or if the valve is just staying open and letting it bleed out. I'll have to air it up and then come down here and listen, see what's happening. Also, we're not gonna be able to get a good look, but the shims for the bed are on the four corners, and I'll have to check that out too. So look at this exhaust. Isn't this beautiful? Look at these welds. I wish I could weld that good. All right, something adjusted itself. I'm going to check on this because you can see something's rubbing, and I'm guessing it's this. So we don't want that to rub through. So I'll double check on that. Look at this. Look at this. You know, it reminds me like of a boat finish. You know, the bass boats with all the big metal flake in it. That's pretty cool. It's a shame that it's down here. Truck hasn't been up here that long, but definitely a little leak. I'm looking at kind of a dab on here. Well, not there. You can see I'm bouncing around, kid in a candy store. You can see the owner has marked everything that he's tightened up. I noticed it back here earlier. You can see, so that way once you torque them down, you can come up here and just visually check to see if anything's loosening up. So it's a good idea for you car builders out there. So it could be when this, so this is for the, it's for the gear selector for the gauges, because they're Dakota Digital. I'm having trouble coming up with the words of things. It could be, since they used, and this is fairly typical, use your transmission pan bolts for the bracket for, well, you've got shifter linkage, but then you've also got your gear selector. Maybe it's leaking right there. I don't know. We'll examine it closer. There might be another reason for it. This reminds me of actually Old Blue over there. You can see under here is where the brake master is. Pretty cool. These are boosted brakes. What else? What else are we looking at? Just super cool. Yeah, so we're gonna look at possibly some heat shielding under here. We'll see. We're gonna talk about that. Now that I'm looking at it, I can kind of come up with a plan or an idea of what I think is a good idea. Got the battery, same location as Old Blue. Very cool, very cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna just stop nerding out here and start on the first thing on the list, which in my mind is the heat shielding. I need to see This exhaust, sorry, I'm over here, camera guy. This exhaust is not as close to the floor. I mean, I'm looking at basically a whole hand. It's not right up against the floor. So I don't know if we're gonna need it. On the kick panels, I could see that. You know, it's a little closer up there. We'll see. I don't know, I might recommend that it's not necessary. If he wants to maybe wrap this, I just don't think I don't think it's a big problem for heat. It's so far away from everything on the body. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let me put my thinking cap on, and we'll make a plan and do a thing. So I've got super duper quick updates. Figured out the leak on the transmission. I checked the torque on them and they were all too loose. So we torqued them up evenly, discovered that this, which was one of the ones for the shift bracket, it wouldn't tighten. I think these threads were, they look like they're, well, actually, these are probably okay. It was the threads up in the aluminum transmission case that they just wouldn't tighten anymore. So I bought a longer bolt. This is 8mm by 1.25 and I bought some nuts just in case I needed them, but just getting a longer, whoops, just dropping stuff everywhere. Just getting a longer bolt, it grabbed some more threads and I was able to torque the final one down. So this will sit overnight and we'll see if it leaks anymore. I think it handled it. The other leak that we were looking at while we had it up in the air was, I think it's a power steering leak. Well, see, and you're not able to see anything. Anyway, there's a hose that comes from the steering rack. It's an AN, and you're not able to probably see that either. But basically, it's the bottom line there on the cooler that goes to the steering rack, and it has like a swivel part on it, and that part is leaking. It's not bad, but it's just a little on the ground. So I'll just have to ask, see if he wants to just let that ride for now. Maybe he wants to build a new hose and make it himself. I'll just let him know what I found. But also while it was up in the air, I went ahead and looked at the bed mounts. So if you notice, we talked about visually how this bed is lower on that corner than on that corner. Now, I checked all of the shims underneath and they're all the same. So that tells me it's probably a frame weirdness. And if you look here, you can see this gap right here. If we walk around to the other side, you're gonna notice very much no body gap here. So what I'm thinking of doing, see if you can see the shim back in there. It's that block right there. If I shim that corner up, just this corner, we may be able to get that gap the same and then have this, even up. So I'm going to work on that after I answer the phone. That's Dan. He's my best friend. That's quotes. I don't know why I air quoted it. Hopefully he doesn't see this. I just air quoted best friends. We've known each other for 30 plus years and more brothers than friends. So I'm going to call him back and then start working on leveling that cab up, and then we'll raise the truck up so I can get back under there and see if I can figure out where that airbag is leaking. I've got updates. Hi. So, as you can tell, because that's on the ground, and this is only partially on the ground, that we did not fix the airbag leak on that corner. We did fix a leak though, so hey, winning there, fixing one leak at a time. So we'll get it back up in the air. I'll air it up and see if we can find where it's hissing out of. Made a plan for the reflective heat shield for underneath. And also, I think we're gonna wrap, instead of putting that heat shield here, where you can see it, it doesn't look the best. We're gonna go ahead and wrap about 18 inches of the exhaust where it comes off of the headers to try to minimize that floor heat right there. So, got a plan there, parts ordered. What else? Well, the rest of underneath I can't really show you until the truck's up, but we can wait on that, because also I was working on trying to find, let me get a light, as per usual. Where did I lay it? Here it is. Don't let it get in your eyes. Sorry about that, that was rude. Okay, so what all of this is for is this radio has a backup camera feature. Now, he's been using it in manual mode, where when he backs up, he presses a button, presses another button, and then you can see behind you. They have a provision or a wire already in the harness to plug in to your reverse switch, so that when you put the vehicle in reverse, it will come up here. So I believe I found the switch down here. I did find the wire after some digging around. That's why the glove box is all taken apart. So I've got this white wire going to the decoder digital backup pin. I believe that's where it's going to go. I don't think it goes to the reverse one, but we're gonna find out. So we just need to hook it to the one that gets power when you put it in reverse. So if it's either the backup or the reverse, I think it's the backup. We'll find out, actually. Actually, we can find out right now. And then if it works, I can put all this HVAC hose back together. But I gotta lower the truck down. Got to lower it on the ground. Let's make sure I don't have nothing in the way. And we need to air it up anyway, so this will be perfect. Okay. Okay, so let's check the backup camera. The other thing, while we're talking about HVAC, is this bucket here with the neon handle, if you remember, was hanging from this right here. And of course, this is where the condensation from the air conditioner comes out. So we're going to, I've ordered what I need for that too, but we're gonna put a hose on that and we're gonna run it to this hole that is drilled right here. I'll put a grommet, a rubber grommet on that, and then run the hose out. And where that is gonna run, of course you'll never see it, but it's gonna run kind of right up, well, behind there, you know, on the side. So anyway, that's, we're just waiting on some parts for that too. Let's see if this backup camera works. I don't even actually know how this radio works, so, oops. I wonder if I've locked this door or something. Okay. All right. So, brake on. It's an automatic, so. Oh, I don't have the battery on. I unhooked the battery while I was fiddle farting around under there. Let's see if I can reach it. Nope. Okay. All right, battery on. Oh, we're raising up. That is such an awesome noise. All right, we're gonna let this agree. All right, now let's see if putting it in reverse oh, look at that. Yeah, what do you know? Okay, I'm gonna check while we're here. Okay, so these are the pressures in the back. Let's up the pressure on, let's see if you can see that. I'm gonna up the pressure on the right rear to match, or roughly match, the other side. Okay, so now we're matched up. It's awesome. Okay, so I am going to shorten that wire, neaten it up, put all of this paraphernalia back under the dash, and then I'll raise the truck up and see if we can determine where the air is leaking out of. So anyway, those are updates. And also, I just wanted you to hear this amazing truck run, because it's great. It just barks off. It's just so happy. All right, let me clean up my mess in the cab, and then we'll get this thing in the air. I'll start. looking for air leaks because you can see air. Well, I have my ways. Okay, as you can see, I found a couple of air leaks, one specifically going to that right rear. Sorry about the fan noise, but it's hot. It's hot. Someday I'll have air conditioning, but until then, I'm going to be hot. So, I contacted the owner. I think he installed the system, possibly, to see if he had any extra airline left before I order any. I'll put a new piece in there. It's about 18 inches of airline, and see if we can't seal it up that way. So, and that was the line that went directly to this airbag. So, what else? Yeah, I think that's it. So we'll wait on the airline. I'm waiting on the drain line for inside the cab. I've got the backup camera done, sealed up the transmission leak, and waiting on some clamps. I don't remember if I showed you. I apologize if I did, okay? But I'm gonna show you again just in case I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. We talked about this, where these witness marks here from these lines rubbing, I've got those clamps coming. It's basically another one of these, and I'll clamp it up into place right here. I don't want it to pull on this, so I'll make sure I've got enough length to do it, but then it won't touch the drive shaft. So this is basically as low as the truck goes, so we do have clearance. Right now they're just hanging on them, so we'll get those up. Anyway, while we wait on that stuff, I am going to start doing some more measuring and cutting for our heat shield, and then I'm waiting on the wrap for the exhaust. Yeah, those are the updates. I need a drink of water. You want one too? Let's get a drink of water, and then I'll start, making some progress on the sound. I want to say sound deadening every time. I guess it'll do that too, but it's the heat shielding. It's this sticky, has a sticky back. I don't know who makes it. Let's see. Oh, Heat Shield products. Okay, I've already got my measurements written down here for each piece. So I'm going to be cutting those out and then applying them. I'll see you on the flip side after we get, you know, some water and some work done. Okay. All right, take a quick break, you know. Time to wake up. I don't have a really good snap. There we go. Time to wake up. Okay, sorry about that. That was rude. Go back to sleep, it's fine. We're just gonna talk about, well, heat shielding by Heat Shield Products. Okay, Sticky Shield, not sponsored, I'm just saying this is what I'm using so you know. Two things. One, you have to peel the sticky back off, and you probably couldn't tell in the time lapse, but you got to do it with a very sharp razor blade, and it will take you about 10 minutes a sheet to finally get it peeled away. Number two, I am supplementing, I'll show you in a minute, supplementing the edges with tape. So this is like that metal tape, sticks to everything and anything to hold it in. Now, you should do that anyway with this stuff, but especially in this case, I do not have a high confidence that this is going to stay where I put it. Number one, gravity. But that is not the reason. This is sticky, it's supposed to stick. However, it sticks best to smooth surfaces. And this truck has something that I've done on my builds before, and that is, it's undercoated, you know, with bed liner, you know, Raptor liner style material. So it's very not smooth. It's a great way to protect the underside of your vehicle, but not a great way to stick anything on it. So I cleaned it with some oil and whatever, grease remover, you know, and then I wiped it down with alcohol to try to get, you know, anything off of there that would hinder it. And even with that, it's just not wanting to stick. I mean, it's kind of sticking, but I'm not sure even with the edge tape that I have on here, I'm not sure it's gonna stay. So it's worth a try. If it comes down, it comes down, you know? It's not what we want, but at least this stuff is not going to, it's not happy up there. I'll just tell you that. So, yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. If we need to do something else, we'll do something else later. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm waiting on the header wrap to come in. It looks like our transmission leak is holding. I don't have anything on there, so that's good. And yeah, we're just waiting on some parts and pieces to be able to finish this up, or at least, you know, finish it up enough to get back out on the road and enjoy it. So, including some airline for those leaks. So anyway, hopefully the next time you see me, I will not be hot. Also, I'll have some parts to put in, and hopefully we can get at least the important things like the air leak and oil leak and heat shielding, you know, stuff like that. Oh, the drain tube for the AC, all of that. Super easy stuff. So anyway, I'll be right back, I guess. All right, I'm back. So let's just recap. You saw me wrapping the exhaust and also taking out the previously installed sticky back heat shield. I took it out because it actually had fallen down. It sat over the weekend and did not stick. So I talked to the owner of the truck. I think we're gonna just see how well the exhaust wrap, whoops, kind of tamps down the heat. Just tripping over, it's trying to kill me. Everything in here, dang it. 0 days. since last injury. Okay. What else? So I ran out of wrap. I underestimated what I would need. So I've got another one coming. I'll finish that up tomorrow. Put the new airlines in. I've had the truck up basically, I would say 3 hours now, and it has not dropped at all. So I call that a win. I call that a check mark in the success box. So basically, the last thing, besides just spending 10 more minutes wrapping up the rest of the exhaust when that shows up tomorrow, was the power steering leak. So, originally, I thought it was, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it down there, but basically this swivel right here, because someone had put dye in the system, and I saw kind of a leak there, as I showed you earlier, or what I thought was, and then the hose was wet. Well, on further examination, what I think was happening is I had a leak up here that was very visible. Sorry, I didn't show it to you. Here it is, okay, circled in red. So I took the housing or the reservoir out, disconnected these lines. It might have even been the fitting up here over there that was leaking. So I took it out, redoped it up, put it in, and then tightened these back up. Filled it back up with fluid. And now I'm gonna crank the truck up, turn the wheel back and forth, get some pressure on the system, and then see if it's leaking. So originally I looked in there and it was like a greenish yellow power steering fluid, and I asked the owner, I said, you putting something super special in? Because, you know, there's some super special blends of super special things in fluids, and there is actually a green power steering fluid. I didn't know what he was doing with it, and come to find out it was just dye for checking for leaks. I'm assuming when they installed the whole system. So, so we just got regular stuff back in there, which is great. Regular's good. Super special is annoying because you can't find it if you run out, and it's probably not doing any better than what the stock stuff is. So, yeah, so I've got it all tightened back up again. And yeah, let's check for leaks. Let's check for leaks. I took the cover off of here just to, that hose comes back over here. None of these are leaking. And I really think based on the drip pattern of where it's coming down there under the truck, I think I licked it. Whether or not I licked it, I think I found it. We'll just find out if, I'm just hoping I don't have to replace the fitting on this hose. I can, I'm just hoping I don't have to. So anyway, let's crank her up and turn the wheel back and forth a little bit. Oh, there we go. Sounds so good. We'll let it idle down here for a minute. All right. good look in there. You can see a little green there. All right, I'm going to try to tighten that fitting up just a little more, and then see if that will do it. I don't know if you can see it. It's so hard to see. You probably aren't gonna be able to see it. I just see a tiny bit of green showing up there, not a lot. So let me give it just a little extra turn, seal it up. I'll try it again, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, we're reaching the finish line on this. I never did show you the, my face is up here, by the way. Just weird. Okay, let's open up this side. All right, so, well, again, it's dark, but basically this is the line here. It comes down here, always should be going downhill, and then out the side of the cab right there. And let's get a flashlight so you can see it. I don't know what I did with the flash. I'm always just setting things places. Where did I set that? No. Well, you were with me. Why don't you tell me where I put it? Oh, it's over there on the table. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, let's do this again. All right, there you go. So there it is right there. Loops around through a grommet side, and then under here, you can kind of see it poking out up there a little bit. So that should put all the condensation outside the truck where it belongs. You know, when you're running your family car or whatever, and you sit there with the AC on for a while and you step out, there's a big puddle of water on the ground. Well, that's what that's from. So, all right, let me crank on this a little bit, fiddle fart around with this fitting, and hopefully I can get it sealed up and finish putting the wrap on and finish wrapping up the project. See what I did there? I know, I'm not at my best. It's like, it's the surface of the sun in the shop right now. So I actually talked to an AC guy yesterday. I may be getting AC in here in the next couple of weeks because I'm dying. My productivity's down. So we want it up and it's down. So hopefully I get that in the next couple of weeks, and you won't have to hear me complain about it. I'm sure I'll find something else to complain about, knowing me, but won't be that. So, all right, see you in a couple. Well, what a great truck. I mean, look at it. Are you looking at it? Like, just look at it. Yeah. I mean, I know there are some drawbacks to having air ride suspension, but I mean, setting it down on the ground when you go to park it, well, that's pretty, you know, I mean, it's pretty cool. Again, love the side exhaust, love all the touches. I love the passion that the owner has put into this truck. Hopefully, the few things we did are going to help with the enjoyment of the truck. So with the backup camera, that's a big thing, working. The AC drain out the side there, that's a big thing. No leaks in the transmission and power steering, you know, nobody likes leaks. Wrapping the exhaust, it's too bad that the sticky heat shield wouldn't stick to the undercoating. What do you do? You know, but we did get the exhaust wrapped under the cab and the mufflers. So hopefully that'll kind of keep things a little cooler in there. And then fix the you know, airline leak. So now, so it sat all night. When I came out in the morning, it was still up and even. Now, throughout the day, it started creaking down, but it was creaking down equally. You know, it wasn't like one side wasn't sagging. So that's my airbag sagging pose. I don't know, I feel like Toy Story. What's his name? The cowboy. Anyway, I have kids. I saw Toy Story and 2 and 5 and 17. All of the stories with toys in them. Okay, you know what? I realize this video has come out way late. I just wanted to wait till we got this truck wrapped up so you could see it along with me. Sorry, I'm looking over my shoulder because I hear a car, but it's not coming in my driveway. So just such a privilege to work on this truck. And hopefully we see it back, not for bad reasons, but for good reasons. So I would consider everything we did for good reason. You know, it's nothing terminal. So anyway, yeah, I guess with that, I think it's time for some apple juice, you know, little daddy's juice box situation. And we'll see this one down the road. I've got some more projects. I've got a lot of projects. To tell you the truth, I'm running a little bit behind. Happy July 4th, by the way, late, but I mean, it was a family in town and all that stuff. I'm looking over here because I got a new pickup and it's also a Chevrolet. Now, I had a Ford, I've had a Dodge, and I don't think I've ever had a Chevrolet pickup, have I? I don't know. Yeah, I guess I have. Several. Anyway, you know, forgive the brain, it's old. Anyway, take a look at it real quick. You know, it's not new, but we can see the differences between 1950s and 2000 teens. Yeah, so found this truck. If you're familiar with northern climates, they can tend to get rusty. And I was looking for an older truck, diesel, with low miles on it, and I found this 2011 with 100,000 miles on it. It was in California. So I had it shipped out here to save myself on the rust. We don't have any rust, but you know, can you see the family resemblance at all? No, me neither. But you know, this is great grandpa, and this is, I don't know, dad. So, oh, and this is mom. How are you? She just sneaks up behind me. I know she's trying not to interrupt us, is what she's trying not to do. But I don't mind it. I actually she's a nice interruption. So anyway, yeah, it'll be a good truck. I needed to tow car hauler trailers that's over there somewhere. And yeah, I got rid of my wife's Navigator and she has a car now. So I bought a truck. So, and immediately put tires on it, because that's what you do. And I've got some, we might get into this truck, and I don't know. We'll see. It needs a few things. The dash is cracked. I've replaced a couple things on it just because of the age and sun damage. Sunroof is broken on it, so I've got the parts ordered for that. I'm gonna fix that. I don't know, if you wanna see 2011 Chevy, so there's plenty of stuff out there on it, so I don't know. It's just fun for me. So anyway, yeah, let's go get something to drink. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks again. Thank you so much again for subscribing to the channel. I know you don't have to do that. And just hanging out with me in the shop with whatever I'm doing. I think of it as if I'm hanging with, you know, my best friend, my brother, whatever. We're just being silly, we're doing something we love, and what happens, happens. You know, sometimes we work a lot, sometimes we talk a lot. It just kind of depends on the day. But yeah, I like it that you're around, and we'll try to keep these visits going. I'm feeling a little snowed under for work, and it takes a little longer to do this kind of thing. So I like to do it. Just takes a little longer. So we're gonna try to keep it up just for the fun of it. But if we're a little delayed here and there, well, that's the way it goes sometimes. So anyway, appreciate you. See you next time.